Hey, what's going on guys, Migzuba here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a GRIXIS control deck for Standard 2022. So I've been playing this deck for the past 2-3 hours, and I gotta say this is the most fun I've had in the Standard 22 queue. At our core, we are a Dimir control deck, but we're splashing red for a couple cards. Expressive Iteration, which is just a very powerful card draw spell, helps us get deeper into their deck and hit our lands. We're playing Prismari Command, very versatile card, a lot of mono green in the format, meaning the Destroy an Artifact clause is very relevant because it blows up a Seeker's Chariot, helps ramp us to our expensive cards, can help filter our cards, and can act as a shock. We get Rowan, which essentially is just a 3 or 5 mana planeswalker. We get the clause where instants and sorceries you cast cost 1 less to cast, and our deck is pretty much all instants and sorceries, that or planeswalkers. Almost all our cards get discounted for this, except for the 4 copies of Expressive Iteration and the Bloodchief's Thirst, and you can put down Rowan on 3, plus her a couple times, and ultimate her to basically have the ability to copy all your spells, or you can slam Will on 5 and he will just get you more card advantage, make the board weaker, and you have the ultimate, which is more of a meme than anything. But yeah, these cards, coupled with Magma Opus in this Dimir control-y shell, are just so good. We just try to control the board, draw extra cards, get a bit of value here and there, then slam big planeswalkers, take a lot of turns, and just outgrind our opponent that way. So we have a bunch of ways to stay alive. Bloodchief's Thirst, 1 power word kill. I like 1 in my control decks because most decks will have something you can take out. Some flunks because it's not super reliable, but it still kills most things. Soul Shatter and Crippling Fear and Shadow's Verdict as our removal spells / sweepers. Honestly, I've faced a ton of aggro. I haven't had much trouble with it. I think that's a fair split of removal. Other black cards, we have our Hunt. Hunt comes down on 2. There's not much trample in the format. Embercleave is gone. Mono green has a couple things, but the pests really do block. And learning for extra lands or just more answers in your sideboard or card advantage sources or just ways to spend a lot of mana in your sideboard are really good. So this is good early and late game. Early game you can fetch like an Environmental Sciences, late game you can fetch Mascot Exhibition. Big fan of this card in the control decks. And for blue we have Counter Magic, card draw, Mordekainen as another planeswalker that really shined today. You'll watch the games, it's freaking sweet. And Alrund's Epiphany, the absolute superstar of the format right now. I pretty much play Alrund's Epiphany in all my control decks. I'm sorry if you guys are getting sick of it, but I feel like you just need this card right now. It's so powerful in the format. And also I forgot, in black we get Liliana, and Liliana put in a surprising amount of work as well. Her Magecraft ability was just super relevant. I think you guys will see, there's a game against Mono Green where I gain like 12 or 14 life just because of this ability, and we end up killing our opponent, not with the ability, but with Dorks coupled with like almost 15 or 16 points of drain damage from the Professor Onyx. It's absolutely gross. Anyways, the mana base is also very workable. We need double blue here and there with Saw It Coming, Mordekainen, and Alrund's Epiphany, but we don't run too many of those things. We can also just foretell Saw It Coming on 2 and then only need 1 blue on 3. You need double black on 4 or 5 for Shadow's Verdict, and you never need double red. So the mana is very workable with all the pathways. Snarl enters untapped off your basic islands, basic mountain, or either of your tapped snowlands, and some basics here and there. Slight leaning towards blue because we're a mostly blue deck, and we get to play Hall of the Storm Giants or Hall of Storm Giants as one of the best creature lands from the new set. Anyways, guys, the deck is freaking sweet. If you like it, be sure to drop a like on the video. It will be in the description down below as always, and consider subscribing. It motivates me to make more content. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. Let's get into some games. Okay, on the draw, all our colors, interaction, card draw. I like it. Let's go. Counter spell as well. Looking very Dimir. Alright, Orzhov Angels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Flunk doesn't kill this right now, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna pass. Maybe they play land something else and we can flunk the Valkyrie. Land something else. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not bad. Now they get to Spellbinder something away. If they spellbind or away these saw it coming, we're literally never casting it. Okay. I play my land and say go. I'm not foretelling anything. They know I have the 3-mana counter, but that means that whatever they play gets countered, and they know about it. Yeah. We're just gonna counter it, get some value out of our counterspell. It's not the best hit, but that's fine. Now I can double foretell Behold. Or I can pass. Is there any reason to pass the turn? Or any reason to foretell? I mean, if I don't pass, I can bluff another sod coming. They know I run that. And I'm probably just going to end up using the Behold anyways. So I don't see much point in foretelling it. Yeah, that's going to resolve. Although not that great against a control deck. I mean, both those seem good, right? Let's go. We can put this on a bit more blue or a bit more red. This can be red or black. I think we want a bit more blue because we don't have that many red pips. And we can Shadow's Verdict the board. Alright. Your go, opponent. We have a ton of card advantage in hand. Honestly, this might just be a Soul Shatter turn. Tap land into Soul Shatter. Doesn't seem horrible. We keep progressing our mana. Luminarch Aspirant comes down. Sure. Let's see where they want to put the counter. Maybe they put it on the Aspirant. And they do. Highest mana value, right? That'll take out the Aspirant, not the Angel. True. I keep mixing this up with the Liliana minus, but this is still fine. Iteration number 1. Easy. Hand. Library. Exile. We shoot it. Okay, so we took an extra 2 points of damage, but this is fine. Opponent makes me sacrifice 2 things. This is deeply unfortunate. And again, for the same reason that I didn't foretell earlier in the game, I'm not going to foretell now, and I'm just going to use this as a 4-mana draw 4. Because for whatever reason, they might play into counter magic, or might think we have counter magic. I mean, I say for whatever reason, because they know we run it. Alright, Behold the Multiverse. Are these fine? I think Soul Shatter's fine. Prismari Command isn't exactly very special. Iteration first. I can play Iteration first, then just get the Onyx on the board, but then I don't get to hold open any interaction if I find it. And if I don't hit untap land off this, we're feeling really bad. So let's take the safe route and play out Liliana. Plus the Planeswalker. I don't think they have anything with haste in the deck. Vanishing Verse, okay. Well, it would not have mattered. We'd be 2 life further. Alrund's Epiphany, not bad. That means I can play this on black and use 2 mana to foretell. Here it actually does matter. Okay, paid Amiria's Call into an Amiria's Call. Alright. So how are we doing this? I can Soul Shatter one of these angels. I can Alrund's Epiphany after playing an Expressive Iteration. I can Soul Shatter now. I think we Iteration. Okay, nice. Never complain about more blue mana. All runs Epiphany. Birds online. Mordekainen plus. Doesn't seem horrible. Let's go for it. No real point in minusing. We put something back. We can put this back. I can also just play an expressive iteration. What do I really want to do? I can you know what? I think I'm gonna... Okay, I have an idea. We're gonna play this in pass. I can double block one angel, Prismari Command, and Flunk. And then they have no board, but we take 4. Both to face. Am I okay with taking 4? I think so. We can't do this before because we will lose a bird should this happen. Okay. Take the damage. Then we go treasure and 2 damage to any target. I know, make me sacrifice 2 things. I will also flunk. Alright, now we have Mordekainen, Expressive Iteration, Soul Shatter, and a bunch of mana. So where do we start? I can make the dog, but I want to see what I hit off Expressive Iteration first. A lot of lands. And... Library Exile. So do I make the creature, or do I just keep plussing? A lot of their creatures fly, plus if I make it, I'll probably have to Soul Shatter a creature and then lose the dog. I think we just keep plussing here.
Your tiny mind couldn't possibly
Put that back. And we find a extra turn. And that's it for the opponent. Okay, sweet. Close-ish game. They get us pretty low, but I think we just take over with double Mordekainen and the rest of the powerful cards left over in the deck. Okay, hand is a little bit slow, but we have all our colors. We can play a Prismari Command, play Mordekainen ahead of schedule, and we can find some more answers with the Expressive Iteration. I'm not going to use it on 2 as just a 2-mana draw one. I like getting more value out of my Expressive Iterations. Okay. So this dies to a Prismari Command now. The question is, are we looting or are we getting a mana boost? Sparring Regimen. I'm going to let them learn first. Unfortunately, this is an enchantment. If this was an artifact, the Prismari Command would be an absolute blowout. 2 damage, and I think I just make some more mana. They fetch reduced to memory, which is interesting. Let's go for the Expressive Iteration. I kind of want both of those cards. I guess Verdict is more pressing, unless they just play land and animate Faceless Haven. Then I'm gonna wish I had taken the Behold. You know what? They're playing mono white. I'm gonna take the Shadows Verdict. And we can play out a tap land, pass the turn. So we have all our colors and plenty of mana. I'm hoping they just commit a bunch of creatures to the board. And they don't, so they just smack me up with the Faceless Haven. Which works to a certain point, right? Let's get down a bit more red. Play Mordekainen. And minus it, get a 10-10. And this is the point where Faceless Haven blocking or attacking doesn't look great. So I'm forcing them to answer my 10-10. If they go Portable Hole into animate Faceless Haven, that really is worst case scenario. But for that to happen, they would need Untapped Land into Portable Hole, and they hit the Untapped Land. So are you running Portable Hole? A lot of mono white decks just aren't, which is why it's not an immediate like go-to in my mind. I feel like the opponent would have Portable Hold if they had it. Okay, they give me a 3-2, which, I mean, we could just make another 10-10. So, what's the play? I'm going to minus my Mordekainen. Make it 12-12. We're going to start with the Expressive Iteration. Okay. And what do I want? Library and Exile. I was just thinking if I cared if I had a tap land, but now we have 6 mana. I can foretell the Saw It coming. If the opponent doesn't give me anything to counter, then that's fine. I can always just slam this for 7 next turn. Even though we have tap lands, we know we have untapped land. Another Sparring Regimen. I'm going to counter that. It lets them learn. It lets them get a mascot exhibition. I'm just not in the business of letting them do that. So they better have some creatures, or they're dead to the Alrund's Epiphany. Redain. Oh, you're making my use Alrund's Epiphany plan worse. So curse you.
Leave me be. I'm reading.
Okay. We gotta put 1 card away. Let's put away Tapland. So 14-14. I think we just attack, right? We just get in there. There's no point in removing it. If they want to trade it for anything, I just Alrund's Epiphany and kill them. Yep, and that's GG's. Take an extra turn, kill them with Big Dog. Don't even need to use anything. That would be considered some BM. We get there. Mono white absolutely decimated. Okay, let's go. Hunt into Soul Shatter into Behold. Okay, I'm gonna get the black source down. This is blue, this is red. Interesting 1-drop for mono green beast boarding. Okay, Prismaric Command is also sweet in this spot. Play out the hunt. I'm going to grab an Environmental Sciences just to make sure we keep hitting our lands. Kazandu Mammoth. Okay. No blocks. That's fine. Play out the Grixis Mana. And we pass. Double Behold is not ideal here. Okay. I want to wait to see what they're going to do. They play Ranger class. Alright. They go for a Blizzard Brawl. I think we do this instead of making the treasure, just to make sure I hit actual land. And if I don't, well, that's just unfortunate. I can discard some card draw spells that are very slow. And other hunt, I think. I could have also discarded my big spells, but we have to take over the game somehow. And we have enough, like, early game Dirtle. Another Blizzard Brawl? Okay. So we're about to take 7, 8. Honestly, that's fine. Like, they used 2 removal spells to kill 1 pest. Like, we're not complaining. So what does my turn look like? Probably just Soul Shatter the Kazandu Mammoth. Seems okay. And then next turn we can... Well, we'll see. Okay. They level up the Ranger class. That's pretty good for them. I want them to put the counter on the Kazandu Mammoth, so I'm going to just swing in. Ah, unfortunate. Okay, whatever, it's fine. We're gonna make them sacrifice it anyways. Down to 8. We gotta be careful. We're getting pretty low. So what, I can behold? I can foretell behold the multiverse, foretell Ulrun's Epiphany past the turn. That doesn't seem horrible to me. We can go Epiphany into Professor Onyx next turn. Or I can gain a bit of extra life. I think we just foretell though. Yep. This will be 3, 4, 5, or 5. They can use all their mana and put me to 3, right? Because they tap 3 snowlands, get this thing. Okay, they can put me to 2. But then they're using every piece of mana they have. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, they can put me to 1, my bad. I missed a bit of math there, but it's okay, we're alive. And that's the important part. Ulrun's Epiphany. I can Liliana minus now. And then we're not dead to a fight spell. Okay, close game. Really close game. I have to remind myself not to not to cast anything before not to plus Liliana before I cast anything. Because I'll die to the you lose 1 life clause. Is there any combination of spells that kill us here? I don't think so. But we haven't stabilized completely. If it wasn't for Ranger class, I'd say we're way ahead. But now it's close. I need them to brick a little bit. Gnarled Professor. Trample. Monk-ass trample. Okay. Well, at least that's probably the end of their turn. Maybe they run the Blightblade because they run more fight spells, and they want ways to make sure they can remove bigger creatures. I feel like that's the main reason to run a cheap Death Toucher. And if that's not the reason, I really don't know what to tell you. Oh my god, another one. Okay. So, we start with Expressive Iteration, or do we start with Behold the Multiverse? This gets us 3 cards deeper, this gets us 4. This fetches us a basic and gains us a ton of life. But we probably want to cast the land off the iteration anyways. Alright, I'm going to start with Expressive Iteration. Crippling Fear. Okay. Hand. Library Exile. So am I playing this out? Creatures get -3/-3. I can play Prismari Command. You know what? I think we plus here first. Tough calls, guys. Tough calls. Tap land is so bad. Untap land would be so good. I think that's what I'm trying to find. You know what? No. We take this because it's a island. All right, we did it. We did it. Then I can play this untapped. I can go like 1, 2, 3. Prismari Command. Make a treasure. Deal 2 damage to this. Heal up a little bit. Crippling Fear. Auto pay. And name Bird. Okay. No attacks. I kind of like that line a lot. I thought that was pretty sweet. Tap the Lair of the Hydra. Asika's Chariot. Okay, so I guess we need another Prismari command now. And I only run 2, so... No more... Oof, God. No more Prismari commands, guys. Massive sedge. Okay, let's take a look at the deck. I don't think I'm getting rid of Liliana. I think we just plus. Find what we find. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. How greedy am I? Wait, I can environmental sciences and then 1, 2, 3. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can environmental sciences into a land and then cast the Alrund's Epiphany. And then we gain even more life. Okay, that's what we're gonna go for. Gain and drain. I attack with my birds because I'm about to cast an extra turn spell. And remember, we were on 1, now we're at 9. About to go up even higher in life. And that's it for the opponent. Let's go. Oh, that was just a sweet game all in all. Like, you can hate control, and that game is probably why. Okay, greedy keep. Like, very, very greedy keep. Opponent mulls to 5. Let's go. On the draw, opponent mulls to 5. We have a very slow hand, but a very powerful hand. At least we have stuff to do on turn 2, and that is foretell. Lots of foretell. I'm going to decline there. Just see what my opponent gets up to. Kalane, alright. And I'm going to foretell the Epiphany. Because I can probably tag something on turn 3 with the sod coming. And Epiphany can just come down on 6, and then we can follow that up with a Planeswalker. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, opponent can play a 4-mana creature here. 3-mana creature. They play the Skullport Merchants. Alright. Not bad. Black Source, and that's it for me. There's no way they just pass the turn. I mean, they can and then just eat treasure. But if they're doing that, I think we're okay. We excel at playing a longer game. And the opponent's deck is like a mid-range pile. It's the typical mid-range farms aggro. Yeah, mid-range farms aggro, control farms mid-range, aggro farms control kind of thing. Yeah, they don't even have much power on the board. I let that resolve. I'm not very scared of a Ghast. I'd rather save my Sot coming for a more impactful spell. And they have 4 mana. They might cast something. Do I care? They get to reanimate their Kalane, make it a bit bigger. I don't really think I care. They draw another card with the Skullport Merchant. Opponent's playing a lot of Magic. Like, they mull to 5 and then cycle through their deck quite a bit. I just don't think what they're doing matters all that much. So I can foretell a Sod coming in case I want to counter one of their spells, or I could just get a tap land out of the way and hold open 3 mana again. I think I'm good to just get tap land down and pass, honestly. I'm under no pressure right now. I mean, this hits for 3. We have sweepers in the deck. We'll find them eventually. Like, I'm not going to waste a counterspell on a Shambling Ghast when I know they have Goldspan Dragons and Orcus in their deck. And not just these low-impact spells. They can start eating treasure for cards, but if they do that, we're going to start getting up to 6 mana, which is where our deck really just lives. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good counterspell. Feeling absolutely no regret about holding Saw It Coming last turn. Okay. Let's cast... Expressive Iteration. I don't know why Auto Tapper wasn't leaving me open both my colors. Ooh, interesting. I mean, Crippling Fear isn't even amazing here. Nah, look at that. Bars. How greedy is taking Magma Opus, though? Like, that's gotta be really greedy. Alright, I'm doing it. Hand. Library. Exile. Bluff double blue again. Okay, we've successfully found our top, or hit our top end, because we're about to drop land 6 into land 7. And our next 4 spells are going to be bangers. There's no question about that. I can cycle this for mana. I really don't think that's it, though. Like, one Shadow's Verdict and this board just dies. Oh, they dropped their Kalane. They're trying to find stuff to do. Other Kalane. That makes sense. Now they can sack the treasure for another card. That's also okay. I like that little combo. It's pretty sweet. But it's very grindy and very low power. Whereas this deck is just trying to, like I've said a million times this game, slam big, powerful cards. Alright, my turn. Alrund's Epiphany. Into... Now, which Planeswalker do we want? It's gotta be one of the two. I think it's just Mordekainen, make Big Dog. We could also play Professor Onyx, make them sacrifice the Kalane, but I'm not really scared of the Kalane. Let's make Big Dog. Big Dog, and I'm gonna play the Hull. Hold those back. 10-10 Dog. Next turn is Magma Opus. So we're not feeling too bad. Depending how they play the turn, I think I might be able to kill them with the Magma Opus, but we'll see. We'll see if it comes to that. Tybalt. Well, that's a card. I wonder if they're gonna plus or exile my dog.
I have cosmic aspirations.
Mm-hmm. So they can plus for cards, they can take out my dog, they cannot take out my Mordekainen. They plus. Alright.
No mistake. I'm not.
So can I kill them? That's what I have to ask myself here. Magma Opus does 4 to face. We tap these two. We got 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we kill them. Okay. So start here, draw more cards. We can put one of those back. Play land 8. 4 damage. Hold on. This is going to go... We're going to draw 2 cards, but we're going to lose 1. So this is going to go 14, 15, 16. Yeah, it's exactly lethal. So we go 4 damage face. Tap those 2. Submit. draw 2 cards. And we kill them. Nice. That's the line I was talking about. I wanted to make sure they wouldn't do anything and only have 2 blockers. Let's go!